Mr. Speaker, thank you. When he was Director of Public Prosecutions, the right honourable gentleman would not, I think, have sat comfortably in the cabinet of Prime Minister Cameron. But incredibly, in Scotland, we have a situation where the head of prosecutions there, the Lord Advocate, does sit in cabinet. This has been thrown into sharp focus lately with a police probe into the finances of the SNP. It's further being thrown into sharp focus because ultimately, although not personally involved, the Lord Advocate does ultimately sit at the head of the investigation into the former First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon. She faced potential criminal charges. This situation has been created by the SNP. They will not fix it. Does it sit with this House to amend this situation?
Prime Minister.
Well, I'm grateful to this is a really important issue, and Labour in Scotland have been clear that they'd separate this role. That's the right thing to do for the reasons that have just been articulated. It's the obvious thing to do, and that's obviously what we do in England and Wales. Now, there have been calls for a review on this since 2021, but the SNP has not acted fast on those reviews. They really do need to bring forward proposals now to deal with the problems been sitting there for a very, very long time.
Last Thursday, the 5th of February, in the case of Hurst against the Chief Constable and the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service, in a seminal judgment, Lord Lake of the Court of Session issued a judgment in which he found Scots law to be in clear breach of the European Convention of Human Rights and Fundamental Freedoms. He found in particular that Scots law unjustifiably restricts the right to a free trial. He even took the step of issuing a formal declaration to that effect under Section 4 of the Human Rights Act 1998, specifically that Section 170 of the Criminal Procedure Scotland Act 1995 is inconsistent with the ECHR. Such declaration was judicially described as a last resort.
Liam Kerr.
Well, perhaps I may assist then, Presiding Officer. I remind the Chamber that I too am a practising solicitor. Clearly, if Scots law breaches the right to a fair trial under the ECHR, that needs to be remedied without delay. So what does the member suggest that the Chamber do about it?
Quest, Presiding Officer, in conclusion, is that the Scottish Government, perhaps in the next couple of weeks, make a ministerial statement, and if in that statement they can indicate to the Chamber that they believe that this remedy must be cured, and it will be cured, then we can have confidence that this is a Parliament and a Government which does believe in personal freedom, democracy and the rule of law.
The SNP have robbed Scotland of opportunity, and now they've even taken to robbing each other. Allegedly. Someone told me that the only industry that has received any boost from the SNP government is second-hand motorhomes. I'm not surprised. But there is a serious point to be made about the authorities' handling of Peter Murrell's case. Just a few days ago, we learned that the Lord Advocate gave John Swinney a tip-off about the details of the charges. This smacks of corruption. It is an absurd state of affairs that the Lord Advocate is currently in charge of an organisation prosecuting a case against a senior SNP figure whilst being in the SNP government's cabinet. So today, I can announce that Conservatives would end this conflict of interest and split the Lord Advocate's role so that this never happens again.
The reason John Swinney passed sensitive information from the Lord Advocate to his SNP spin doctor is obvious. It was because he knew that it gave him and his party a political advantage in an election year. Thanks to the Lord Advocate, John Swinney and the SNP knew the precise scale of the alleged crime, while the public knew nothing. Mr. Swinney was also given key information about potential timescales, also concealed from the public. Yesterday, the Lord Advocate claimed that she briefed John Swinney so that he didn't say anything to jeopardise the case. John Swinney says he accepts this. but her explanation is simply not credible. But if it really was about preventing any risk to the case, who else did John Swinney share this information with